What's up, everybody? Welcome to Ron and Jack's podcast. This is our 100th subscriber episode today. We got a lot to talk about. First of all, we want to thank everyone that's subscribed and has been listening to all of our episodes. Hopefully you got a chance to check out the Wolf Island Road episode that we posted right after the weekend. We ended up going to Wolf Island Road to see what the road, the atmosphere was like. Went there. We tried to get there right around sunset. We did the video probably like 10 minutes, right? Probably about 10 minutes before sunset, Jack, I would say.
Yeah, more like 20.
Really? It was earlier than that? I think it's 20 minutes then.
Yeah.
Because I think the sunset was going to be like 7:10 or something. I forget. But it was uneventful. We didn't really expect anything going into it, I would say. Both of us didn't really expect shit, you know. And
I expected a nice video.
Yeah.
But it came out all zoomed in, so.
So, you know, I sort of want to get into one thing real quick about the whole like video and everything is it was just a good experience traveling over there. I think we both thought that. Like, it was a really cool atmosphere, like the geography of the area, the social economic status of like where we were and stuff.
Yeah, well, I guess it's more interesting to talk about the trip of just going there than actually the location itself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I was saying, like, I think the trip is more eventful than the actual location itself of Wolf Island Road.
Yeah, the trip was definitely interesting.
Because we ended up driving another hour out of the way to go out again after that.
Yeah, we ended up going out to Newport, which was actually packed. Yeah. It was packed. We actually played pool.
But then we had to leave early because it took an hour and a half to get back from the whole Wolf Island thing.
Yeah, it was sort of not the best planned out time-wise trip, but it was still worth it, though.
No, it was the best planned out that we could have made it.
Actually, it was planned out pretty well because we missed the toll over the Newport Bridge.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is pretty fucking
awesome.
So
it was well planned, but we kind of didn't really, I don't know. I feel like we weren't loving the Wolf Island Road when we were there.
We weren't.
We weren't really that into it.
We weren't into it. We got there, and to be honest, it sort of just looked like areas around our hometown.
Yeah, it was really
really
just a road. Well, during the day, because we got there while there was still daylight.
Yeah.
So we got there, and it literally just looked like a road. It was like any other dirt road.
Well, I would say at least with, like, Dudley Road, there was actually a feeling that night. Like, do you remember driving down the road?
Yeah.
There was a mist out in the field and shit.
There was emotion.
There was, like, actual, like, feeling in it. When we were driving down Wolf Island Road, it was, like, weird because there wasn't as many houses as Dudley. That's for sure. But it definitely had a, like, not as strange feeling as Dudley. Like, the cemetery that the guy got the EVP at was a person's house, basically. That girl's voice could potentially just be a fucking person that lives around there, you know? Like, I thought it was just your ears playing tricks on you. It could just be your ears playing. Yeah, we talked about that in episode 2, so we won't get too far into that. But or episode 3 maybe. I forget which episode it is, but it's the one that we talk about the EVPs and everything. We discussed going to Wolf Island Road and ended up getting delayed all the way till last weekend. That's the episode. Hopefully, a lot of you have seen as we continue to. Keep putting out content.
We did a video like we did for Dudley Road, but this video didn't come out so great because Ron was using a new camera phone.
Yeah, but
he kept it zoomed in.
The video still isn't that bad though.
It was all right.
Yeah.
The quality wasn't that good because it was all zoomed in and because it was shaky.
Yeah, it wasn't that great of a video. The road was shaky because it had more dirt than Dudley did.
We'll have to use another phone camera.
For next video, but like we said, you know, it's one video. We apologize for the inconvenience of the format of the video on YouTube. But anyway, we sort of wanted to just get there and like sort of feel the road, and it just, I don't know, it wasn't really dark yet. We were hesitant on when we were gonna like drive into the road when we were sitting outside the road.
Yeah, because it was still kind of.
Because like we got there like a little bit earlier than we really thought, and it was just sort of weird just sitting on the side of the road, I think too, and we were just like, fuck, we gotta get moving.
Yeah.
You know, and we wanted to get to Newport eventually, and it was sort of getting late, man. Like, we sort of wanted to get to Newport.
But Newport was pretty cool. But and also another big event that happened that I won't mention the city or the town's name, but we went to like this extremely, poor.
Oh yeah, we went to a very, very
sketchy
area.
City. Yeah, sketchy area. We'll say it was a sketchy area.
Let's just say we were caught in the wrong town. Let's just say that.
To get gas. We pulled over to get gas. But this, it was weird. It was a weird weird scenery or weird.
Well,
Weird
basically, you
picture.
see low middle class to like extremely poor,
Well,
or
no,
you go from middle class to low
yeah,
middle
that's
class
what
to
Ronnie.
extremely
That's
poor.
what Ronnie noticed out of it. But for me, like this area, it looked like a nice area. Like the sun was out. There's like a nice river, and it's a really aesthetically, it's a decent looking town. It's you know, it looks good from one point of view. But then, like, once you like drive into the city, like you see the residents of it.
Yeah, that's more
and
what
you
I was
see
saying.
you see the civilians, and then the civilians of this town is what gives it a bad name of
Oh,
this area.
Jesus.
So it's not like it's in a bad like geological location. It's a very nice geological location. It's a really really nice river out in like a wooded area, but it's the residents and kind of like what goes on. I guess Ron was saying that this was the worst crime place,
Yeah, in Mass.
crime area of crime in Mass, and we like stopped back in it just to get gas for a second, and that in itself is an experience.
Oh my God, yeah. Do we want to get into that story? Just how sketchy that whole place was? Like,
Well, yeah,
just everyone that was. It's just like I walk into the gas station to use the ATM. Jack's out there pumping gas when there's someone at the actual pumps of the station that is like under the influence of some kind of narcotic. And it wasn't weed, I'll tell you that much. It was not weed. I don't know exactly what it was he was on.
he was like shirtless and like I don't know.
He was shirtless, dude. He didn't have shoes on. He's at a gas pump, dude, without shoes on for first, and like second he was like singing and stuff, and he was very incoherent. Like, dude, the thing is with this town too is like we're passerby. We're just like fuck this. We want to get the fuck out of here as quick as possible. But there was like regulars that were stopping in this gas station while we were there. Like clearly people from the town. And they weren't even like paying attention to this dude. They literally just like everyone was just going on with their day.
Didn't care.
That was pretty weird. Like everyone was just going on with their day. Like it was just a normal day. It was weird. And it wasn't like so late out where you're like, why the fuck are you guys in that area? This was like prime time. This was prime time.
Well,
it was prime evening.
Yeah, it was like it was
early evening. Prime evening.
Prime evening. It was prime time.
Yeah, it was prime time. Like so people are usually up still. Like,
yeah.
And it was definitely an experience on that. So, do I want to get into maybe another topic right now, or do we want to keep going with the Wolf Island Road? Do you have any other thoughts about it?
Paranormal talk on Wolf Island Road?
I'll talk a little bit about that, actually, before we move on. So we end up going to the cemetery, as I was saying, and there's someone's house basically on the property. It's private property, so you can't just, like, walk onto it. It's someone's actual property. And I guess that's where that dude caught his EVP in 2006, and that was what we checked out. We wanted to just see if that was even there, and there is a small cemetery there.
Why do you refer to it as catching an EVP?
It's catching it, so it's catching an EVP. That's what everyone says in the internet.
It's not called recording an EVP.
It's catching it.
Catching an EVP.
Well, it means like sort of the same thing. Recording, catching, like.
I caught a ghost on camera.
Yeah, you still have to perform an act.
Who says that? Who says
some
that?
People say that. Some people say that.
Camera. People say like, well.
Some people say that because dude, you're not attempting
on camera as catching.
Yeah, but you're not attempting to.
Caught.
You're not attempting to picture a ghost, so it's like it sort of just showed up there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
like no one says I took a picture of a ghost, dude. Like, how can you say I took a picture of a ghost? You can't see the ghost. So you see it after you get it. Like, so most people are taking. You can say it's catching. This is why I'm explaining to you why you can say it's catching right now. Just I don't want to go too off topic on this video, but why it's catching is because you can't purposely take a picture of a ghost.
Because you can't see
so
it.
So it just randomly gets in your photo. So you can technically say catching, like, in that sense.
I see what you're saying.
You see what I'm saying now? Like, you can technically say it. But, I want to move on to another story. Jack, you said you didn't hear about this story yet? But, Martellus Bennett, actually Michael Bennett, Martellus is his brother, ended up getting into a police incident in Vegas. So I'm explaining the story to Jack right now. And anyone else that hasn't heard of it yet, but I'm sure most people that are into sports or watch sports daily have heard of this story.
I have no idea what this story is.
Yeah. So, what this story is, it's after the Floyd Mayweather Mcgregor fight.
Really?
Michael Bennett goes to a party at a bar or a club in Vegas, and apparently everyone starts panicking and running, thinking that shots were fired.
Yeah.
In this club. So Michael Bennett is apparently on the ground. This is according to the police officer. I haven't read the full story yet, but I've read just excerpts of it throughout the week while I was the minimal amount of time I had free this week.
Okay.
But I'm reading it, and it's basically saying that Michael Bennett was the cause of they thought he possibly was a suspect because of the shot, and he was apparently on the ground. And the police were saying he ran. He was they were in shots, everyone was running, and the police said, everyone get down, like, we're gonna look for the shooter. And when they said that, Michael Bennett started running.
Okay.
So the cop ran and arrested him. And, like, put him in custody for an hour, then said, whoop, wrong guy. Right?
Yeah.
And I guess they pointed a gun at Michael Bennett's head, like, before that, and, like, put him in cuffs. And, like, the cop was like, don't move, I'll blow your brains out or something. I don't know. So that's what Michael Bennett's saying was said.
Okay.
So Michael Bennett keeps saying this, and then he gets on the podium the other day and says that this was a racial issue, and that the cop, like, went after him because he was black and started running.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
That's what he's saying. So it's like a big battle now of who believes who, and this is the other sketchy part that I need to tell you about. So the cops, they wear body cameras now.
Yeah.
So apparently with this incident, this cop that Bennett's accusing shut off his body camera. Why was his camera off? But there is video of it, apparently. I haven't seen it yet, haven't had time, as I said, but I do want to look into the video and see what the video evidence of this is. Apparently, according to the video evidence, it's looking like Michael Bennett was at fault for running after, like, the cops were like, everyone on the ground, like, stand still, we're looking for a shooter.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
So I don't know what my opinion is on it, because I haven't really read enough into it to really make an opinion, but that's just a hot story right now. It's out there, and it's been talked about a lot on the internet, so I want to get opinions out about that. Sketchy thing to me about it is, why did that cop shut off his body camera?
Yeah.
That's really a big question that's going to be put up in court, because Michael Bennett wants to file, like, a civil rights suit. So what do you think about that?
I think it's pretty crazy. I also, like, remember, I think last week you said that people shouldn't really read that much too into the news because you'll never get the full story no matter what.
Yeah, we were talking about that too.
So now I kind of have your, like, don't really care about the news attitude.
Because it's like, the thing I look at it as, like, the cops let Michael Bennett go. He didn't get, like, beat up by the cops. This, to me, sounds like another one of those instances when, like, someone is, like, frustrated or upset with an incident and they just pull, like, a race card out of their ass.
You think people do that?
We've seen it happen before.
Have we?
We've seen people get yelled at by police officers and complain about things that aren't actually there. Or, like, they get yelled at and then, like, can't handle being yelled at by a police officer for 2 seconds.
I see what you're
know what I mean? Like, it's like an obedience problem that we have or something. I don't know. Like, it's like, if you've ever been in, like, a cop situation before, like, yeah, there are cops out there that are douchebags and they're against, like, people of color and just against, like, people in general have prejudice against certain groups of people. There's cops, there's everyone that does that in any profession. Like, doesn't matter, cops, anything. There's going to be people that are racist and hate. There's going to be anyone. But, like, I don't know if the cops picked out Bennett just to pick out Bennett when there's an active shooter incident being reported. Think about the chaos in a cop's mind when there's an active shooter threat, possible active shooter.
Okay.
Imagine you get that across your scanner, you're a cop. Active shooter, possible active shooter, report here. Every cop within, like, a 15-mile radius is going 100 miles per hour towards that scene.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're all going to have their guns drawn. They're all going to be yelling. There's going to be a lot of people around them yelling, just regular civilians. They're telling every civilian to sit the fuck down, and if this report is true, Michael Bennett just starts running. Don't you look guilty if you start running in an active shooter situation when a cop tells you to stand still? Everyone stand still. Would you start sprinting? Maybe if I actually legitimately thought there was a shooter in there and I'd be like, alright, why are the cops telling me to stand still when there's a fucking shooter in here? But the reason why is because if someone was moving, they could potentially shoot that person if they think that that person's a threat.
But you're saying you wouldn't have run? I thought he was already running.
No, he stopped and he was on the ground for a second. The cop said he started running. That's according to the story.
But he actually really was just running the whole time.
No, he stopped and then
that's confirmed.
Yeah, that's a confirmed story by like the video camera. According to people online that've seen it. I haven't seen the video yet, but that's the consensus of people right now. There's a high.
Didn't see it yet. So
no. I said I don't have an opinion, but I said if that's the case, what I'm hearing on the radio, then it's Michael Bennett's fault.
Okay.
Because you're running when a cop tells you it's an active shooter.
I don't think you should blame it on him until you prove that he's guilty. I don't think you can blame it on him. If you don't have solid...
No, I can't until... Well, they're not going to accuse him of that. Obviously, they let him go, dude. They was a false...
They let him go?
Yeah, it was a false... Yeah, because it was a false identity. That's what I was telling you. That Bennett got put in the cuffs until they sorted it out and said, no, that it was the wrong guy.
So he was the wrong guy the whole time?
Yeah.
Then what's the problem, man? I don't see, like...
He has a problem now. Wants to file a civil rights suit because he thinks that they racially profiled him.
Oh, well, I'm...
But the story is that he was running, and that's why the cops put him away.
I'm so confused because now you're saying that he was running from the cops, and then you're saying, no, he was running, he stopped, and then he ran again? And
no, he was running, and the cops caught him. Because he stopped, started running.
Yeah, but he just said he stopped.
No, because he did.
Started running.
No, because he stopped, because the cop was like, everyone, like, stay down.
Yeah.
Bennett apparently hid behind a trash bin, according to them, and then ran out from behind there.
Okay.
And that's why they thought he was possibly a shooter, dude.
Okay. So, yeah, obviously, he looks like he's a shooter in that situation. You know what I mean?
And then the cops realized their mistake.
But then you just said...
That's what it was, though. That's what it was.
But then you said that he was running the whole time, he didn't stop, and that's what Bennett was saying happened. Did anyone say that or no?
No one said that.
Okay, I thought I was being implied that
I didn't tell you that.
There was another story
misheard that.
So it's confirmed.
It's confirmed by video that's what happened.
Okay. But you also said that you didn't know because you didn't see the video, so I was so confused.
Well, no. The reason why I don't know because I haven't seen the videos because that's what I've heard people say they've seen on the video. That's the consensus on the video. That's what I said.
The way that you... I don't know, the way that you
put
that too. The way that you put it when you say that's the yeah.
No, but that is like that's what when you look on social media, the most people are saying Bennett is like at fault here. Like, but like think about
but when you put it like that's the consensus, it makes it seem like it was like a up in the air type of thing. When if it was obvious that he got on the ground and then he got up and ran, if it was obviously shown that on the video, then there wouldn't be a consensus.
No, because
it was proven.
No,
because just the way that you worded it. I know.
But there's always people that are going to be like, no, that didn't happen, or this didn't, or
no. But if there's video proof of him,
but there still be, dude.
No, not if they actually had proof of that, man. I don't know what you're talking about.
Maybe we have to watch that video live right now on Ron and Jay.
We don't have time for that, but
we don't have time today. But I want to get it up on the maybe on the site or something once I get the video. I think I have it downloaded on my laptop. I was gonna watch it, but when I see that, I'll have a better opinion on the whole thing. I was just trying to get everyone's opinions out there in one thing. And that's how it is. And you were just sort of playing devil's advocate.
Yeah, I was.
But that was a very interesting story this week to me, and it's all over the news right now in sports news. So when I was listening to it on the radio and everything too, they were talking a little bit about it. But that was just one story I wanted to bring up.
All right, so I want to get into the next segment, which is...
What are we thinking?
You don't know? We just talked about it.
Oh, we want to talk about the spending?
No.
Problems?
No. You know what's next. We just did it.
It?
No. We literally just did it like an hour ago. Or 2 hours
Oh, jeez, God. I'm freaking blanking, dude. It's just been a long week at work, but, it was freaking Buffalo Wild Wings review we want to do. For the one that has pretty bad Yelp reviews here, and, well, we won't mention the town, but,
yeah.
We'll just say Buffalo Wild Wings.
Well, first of all, what is Buffalo Wild Wings?
So Buffalo Wild Wings is, most people probably know. Most people have been there, but it's,
But I don't know if they have it in every state.
They don't have it. I don't think they have it in every state. I've seen them in Vermont and stuff. I've seen them all over the Northeast, but Buffalo Wild Wings is basically like a sports entertainment bar / wings place that has like wing deals and sport nights and stuff, and has like special events for sporting events. And you basically go there. They have a bunch of TVs everywhere. Uh, like a pretty big area, pretty big restaurant, I would say. Like fairly big restaurant. Um, so do we want to get into pros and cons of Buffalo Wild Wings? Maybe talk a little bit about the good before the bad, or bad before the good, whatever we want to do.
Talk about the previous experience we had.
Okay, we'll talk about our previous experience with this one. This Buffalo Wild Wings opened up recently in Massachusetts, not too long ago, within the past couple, maybe 3-4 years.
I think a lot of them did.
Yeah, a lot of them started popping up a lot more around the state. And this one opened up, and right when it started out, a few months into it, I remember being like, oh, I really want to go there, check it out. My brother ended up going there first and told me it was an awful experience. I ended up looking at the Yelp reviews after that, and it does not look much better for them. I think it was like 1.3 stars out of 5 or something, man. It was terrible, man. It was, but yeah, like it has pretty bad Yelp reviews, and the first time we went, we had an experience. One of our friends, we ended up going there, and I think we all ordered different separate things this time, and we ended up getting one drink, right? I think it was like one drink at the beginning, maybe, and like the waiter never came back until he gave us the tip, and it was always other people bringing us our food and stuff. And the waiter kept talking to other coworkers, like, well, he was supposed to come over and like tend to us while we were at the table, and and like I'm someone that when I go out too, and I know like waiters, waitresses, and shit get really fucked in like every way possible when it comes to like how much they get paid like every night, because like what they do is like these companies, as everyone knows, all these big fast food chain restaurants, they end up paying waiters below minimum wage because they add in the tip money.
Oh yeah.
And they count that for like the $8 an hour or whatever the fuck it is now. What is it, like 12?
No, I don't know. I think it's still like 8 or something.
It's like 8. I forget what minimum wage is now, but it sucks. Like they work pretty hard job. Like when it comes to like really dealing with people and shit, and they don't really get paid good at all for it when everyone deals with people, and it sucks sometimes. But I think the thing is with Buffalo Wild Wings, like the downfall to this one was really just like bad service at the beginning.
Yeah.
But like I don't know, we went tonight and the service was good. A pro right there. Service was good.
So they finally fixed that.
So that's fixed.
A lot of people were saying the service was terrible when they first went to it, but I think the service did get better. But we have a list of pros and cons, and I think we can start off with con number 1. Yeah, I'll say it. It was we went to order wings, and we look on the menu, and it doesn't say the sizes. It just says small, medium, large, and it doesn't say how many wings are in each different package or whatever you call it. So
which the prices actually aren't horrible on.
Yeah, the prices
reasonable.
We'll get to that here, but yeah, it doesn't say how many wings you get. So you have to ask the waitress. So I don't know if they do that like on purpose. So you like have to ask.
So you have
the
to
waitress.
ask and like
or if they want you to like kind of memorize it after you get it the first time. Like I don't know, dude. I don't know why they do that, but anyways, that's my first con, definitely, to Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yeah.
What would you say is the second con?
Second con that I had was I just didn't think the meat was so underwhelming for how many other
the chicken itself.
Yeah, just for like how many like other places we've ate wings at, like Jake and Joe's.
Yeah.
Good wings.
Yeah.
King's Bowling, fantastic wings. Like I don't think you're gonna get better wings than King's. Like they make really good wings over there, and they know how to get it done right. They do though.
Shout out.
We were talking about that today. Is comparing and contrasting the two is like Buffalo Wild Wings meat just feels so frozen to me, like frozen, and fake to me. Like when you taste like wings from King's, like you can just like it tastes amazing. Like you can tell someone put their fucking heart and soul into making this shit, not throwing it in a fucking microwave and like hoping for it to pop out some good stuff, because it's not gonna happen, and that's what Buffalo Wild Wings sometimes does. But overall service, I'm gonna say is a pro. So I'll add the con and then the pro. And I thought service was good. They actually came over, asked how we were doing. you know, weren't really pushy. We got to like eat. No one really came over and bugged us or anything, and it was good.
Yeah.
Not too loud in there. It was good.
All right. So here's my second con or my third con was in the bathrooms. This is actually kind of a bad con, but it's still a con in my book. In the bathrooms, they don't have paper towels. It's only the electric hand dryers. And I don't know. I just feel like a public restroom should I don't know. I just should have paper towels if they recycle it too. I don't see the problem with that. I don't know why they get rid of it. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I don't like that either. I'm someone that's really against that, as I was telling Jack earlier.
So that's just a minor con.
Just a minor con. Like it really wasn't that bad today. I can't like say it was bad. I've had worse.
And here's do you remember the fourth con or no?
You'd have to remind it. Oh, was it? Oh, the plates issue that I wasn't happy with.
Oh,
yeah.
There's actually 5 cons then.
Yeah, this actually wasn't too bad of a con for me, but like I just don't like getting like paper plate trays. Like I don't want to feel like I'm at like a sporting event in the stands with like 40-year-old like dad drinking beer.
So here's a pro: the interior and exterior of Buffalo Wild Wings is pretty nice. It's a well kept, upkept establishment, right? The am I correct to say that?
Yeah.
The bar is nice. The tables are pretty nice. The chairs are pretty nice. The atmosphere is pretty nice. There's like the expensive TVs, like you said. You know, it's a pretty upscale place. But then they give you your food in what were they? Paper trays.
Paper like tray plates.
You just expect to get plates, but you know you get these paper trays. It's kind of throws you off, you know.
Yeah, I wasn't a huge fan of that, really.
That's a con. For Ron, didn't you have an incident right there?
With what?
With the paper trays.
Oh yeah, so like I'm just like dead from work, so I'm like I get out, I'm at Buffalo Wild Wings, I'm like, yeah, do we have any like plates or anything? Like the girl like looks at me like I'm stupid. I'm just like I expect when I'm at a restaurant to get like glass plates, Jackie. I don't think you can disagree with me on that.
Yeah, no, that's what I just said the first.
Yeah, you definitely agree with me on that. Like I could see somebody be like, dude, seriously, you're pissed you're like eating it. Like, dude, I've like come to pay at a restaurant. I want to get like a glass plate and some like silverware and I want to feel like I'm at a restaurant, not at like a sporting event, with like fucking like chicken finger on my lap, like.
Okay, that's true.
So that's true. I guess. Sorry about the extended.
That's a con. But
that's a con.
And then.
That's definitely a con.
And then the fifth con was when we ordered the wings, we ordered ranch and blue cheese.
Oh yeah, that's a con. I forgot about that one.
Ranch and blue cheese.
Because she asked if we wanted it. We didn't even ask for it. That was the funny thing. So I guess that's a little tick on the service, but we still tipped well. No, don't worry about that. We tipped well. Not too well.
Yeah.
But well, we tipped good. But like it was sort of like crazy because like
anyways, when when we ordered the wings, they were like, "Do you want ranch, blue cheese, or both?" And we were like, "Oh wow, I didn't even know that we could get that." I was like, "Can we get both?"
Yeah.
So she says, "Okay, ranch and blue cheese." Like she said it again. She said it twice, I swear. So
the one thing I will say, here's another pro I just thought of.
But no. But we didn't even say what happened.
Oh, okay.
So what happened, Ron? After we ordered ranch and blue cheese, when the wings came
we just get ranch, and we can't even tell if it's ranch. That was the other thing too.
Well, no, we get 2 things.
2 ranches, right? We got 2 ranches.
We get 2 sauce things, so you just like one to be ranch and one to be blue cheese. But there's.
What about? Can we?
2 ranches. Hold on.
No, it's a pro.
Finish the story though.
Finish the story.
Yeah, but we got 2 ranches.
Yeah, that's it. Why? What else happened?
What were you saying? You can't even tell what they were?
Oh yeah, no, I couldn't tell what the hell they were, man. Like literally, like we couldn't even because I remember you were just like, dude, what is that? Like I think it's ranch, man. Like it looks a little bit like ranch. I don't know. You couldn't really taste it though, dude. Wasn't that weird too?
Yeah, you couldn't tell what they were.
You couldn't even taste like it was so bad the dressing that you couldn't even taste it. Like, oh, that wasn't too good. But I got another pro though, dude. Too. There was like some extremely hot waitresses in there, and they gave us like. I don't really want to call this out, but I do. I want to call it out. We got like probably the ugliest waitress out of all the waitresses we could have got in there. But she was extremely nice though, so it was like, all right, and she was cool, so I was like, all right, cool, you know. But like, I really wanted to get one of those hot waitresses, and you would have thought, like, damn, getting the hot waitresses, like, we probably would have tipped a little bit more. Not gonna lie, probably sounds bad, but like, I think I would have threw in like an extra buck. Probably would have tipped on the card, to be honest. But yeah, that's about it. That's about all I have for Buffalo Wild Wings. I'd give it now like a 3.5 out of 5. You gotta raise it on Yelp. You can't have it. It can't be 1.3. It can't be 1.3.
We have to raise it to 3.5.
It can't be.
But
it can't be 1.3.
We got 3 different wings. We got the honey barbecue. King's honey barbecue is at least 2 times better than this.
Talk about the Chipotle barbecue.
We got a Chipotle barbecue dry rub.
That was good.
That was the best one. It tastes like a popcorn chicken. And then we got a
teriyaki.
Teriyaki. And I didn't like teriyaki. I didn't really care that much for the teriyaki. Yeah. It was pretty good. And honestly, the honey barbecue was, comparable to the teriyaki. They were both about just as good. But I'd take the honey barbecue over the teriyaki just by a hair. But none of them, compared to the King's wings, they're not even close.
Oh, dude, King's is so much better with the wings, I think. But King's prices have changed.
Yep,
so.
Yep. And the prices of Buffalo Wild Wings are much better.
Yeah.
We got 18 wings
for 16 or $17. $17
or something. Yeah. Pretty good. Good deal.
With like the celery carrots, which I like as a little side with it.
I'll take it.
Can't complain about that. You know.
So next we want to talk about this new movie that's coming out that everyone's actually going to see right now, but we didn't get tickets and sold out, so we're going to have to wait till next week to see it.
So I have to survive another week of hell to basically get through, basically, you know? Yeah. To get to it.
So go ahead.
I want to hear your story of it, because I never saw the original It. I've always heard stories about it. I didn't really read into it. I was never really into like the horror clown scene. So it's going to be a new thing for me seeing that kind of movie. There's going to be something for the first time. It's going to be interesting what my take is on it after we do our review podcast next week on it.
All right. So, there's a new movie coming out for Stephen King. Stephen King's book, I believe it was, right? It was a book.
It was a book.
And then it was a movie, and now they're remaking movies.
You know, one thing I heard today about it, actually, real quick, fun fact about it.
Yeah.
Apparently, it coming out this year was significant.
Why is that?
It was apparently every 27 years the clowns come back.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
That's with Stephen King.
Ooh.
Actually, another fun fact, when I went on vacation, I went by Stephen King's old summer home.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Forget the name of the lake. It's out there in Maine, though. But it's
That's
nice.
really cool.
Yeah.
Wow, so Ron knows some details about this movie.
Just some fun facts about the movie before Jack gets into the story about...
But yeah, Ronnie, this was like when you saw this movie. Like I saw this when I was a kid, dude. This was a movie to give you nightmares.
It's that crazy.
When you were a kid.
What if I watch it now? What if I go home and just watch it?
Probably fine now, but like this was when you were like younger.
Apparently, the book was the scariest thing my mom said she ever read.
Oh yeah, the book is much more graphic than the movie.
Yeah, I heard the book was crazy.
Terrible stuff in the book, dude. Read the book. I mean, I don't know.
You've read it?
I didn't read the book, but I heard it's crazy. I don't know how much I'll get into it, but I remember seeing the first one when I was younger, and this was like the scariest thing because it takes something that is so normal to something that's I don't know. I'd say it's normal and it's trying to be comedic, right? Like you take something that's a clown, right? It's like fun, happy. Something that you grow up with knowing as like a happy thing, right? You grow up with having clowns be, like what's the word? Like reminding you of like happiness and stuff, right? And then you take it and then you turn it into the exact opposite of that, like fear. So that's the psychological part. So
yeah.
And especially like when you're a young kid and you see it, dude, just that psychological part at that point in your life is just, it's crazy. That's what I thought was the scariest part about that movie.
Yeah, I've never seen it, and it's gonna be a very interesting for me to see.
That's about the monster. But besides that, dude, I don't remember anything about that
I feel
movie.
like everyone is scared of like clowns a little bit, like weird clowns, because like I don't know if you heard about the thing in like the media of just clowns showing up in random places.
So this
too.
happened. This happened. I think a year ago from now, maybe. We had this really weird comeback. You want to, and like the clowns and horror, and you want to explain that, Ronnie? I think this was like a year ago.
Of how the clowns and horror came back, and how people are dressing up as clowns, like.
Well, where they weren't. I don't know about now, but they were back.
I think they still have well, maybe they stopped like a few months ago.
Not as much.
Not as much,
but it was pretty big. You want to tell the story about that though?
What?
How they were popping up and stuff.
Yeah, basically clowns were popping up in areas of the U.S. in just random places. And some of them would have like knives on them, and they'd have really scary ass like face paint on and shit. And the thing is, they wouldn't talk to you. They would literally just fucking like sit there and do like nothing. And it became like a national scare, dude. It was like a national like TV thing. Like this got a lot of attention, like nationally in the media and stuff too. Was
and
talking about
there's
how this
things
is going
about
on.
clowns like in like park trails and stuff with knives and stuff. And then, there were clowns on college campuses.
Dude, there was one apparently on URI. There was one at one time. Really? Yeah, he was apparently there at the University of Rhode Island, like on campus, and they sent like an email, dude, and they were just like, if anyone like sees a clown on campus, it's a false claim. There's no clown on campus or something. Really? But there's apparently has been some on campus before, and I was like, Jesus Christ, if I ever saw a clown, dude, like, and it was like looking at me funny,
I'd die.
I'd probably run, to be honest. I'd be a little bitch about it. If he had a weapon, I would definitely fucking run. Oh, yeah. If he was a little bitch and was acting like a dumbass clown, was trying to scare me, I'd probably kick the shit out of him.
Nah, I'd still run regardless.
Actually, I'd probably run. But if he was a little douche though, like I probably wouldn't run. But if he was like, a lot of these clowns look like big motherfuckers too. I don't know if you saw a lot of like the ones that were just randomly like popping up in places.
Yeah, but anyways, there were ones that were at like UMass Amherst and other. There weren't. I never saw one where I was, but there were at college campuses, on like school grounds and stuff, and like I don't know, just all over the place. And I don't know if they ever found like clowns actually causing harm, or I don't know if they actually found like a case of that.
No, they never found a case of that, but they found a case of a guy like kicking the shit out of one or something.
Yeah, I bet they have.
I remember that happened.
I bet they have a bunch of cases of those, but I don't know if they actually had a case of a clown actually physically harming anyone.
No, they didn't have that.
I thought it was pretty close to like getting to that.
Yeah. I don't know, like why you would ever be like.
But anyways, you know how that came up because right before that happened, American Horror Story, a TV show.
You used to watch a little bit of it. I didn't get into
right before but right before the clown thing happened was they just had a season on their TV show where one of the villains was like this actually they did a really good job making this like really creepy clown, one of the villains on their TV show, and because it was so popular, like people were like dressing up as it for Halloween and stuff. Right?
Yeah.
So it like took off from there. I think that's where like they came back, and then Stephen King announced that he was gonna, or whoever the producer is or director is, announced that they were going to redo this movie, and at the same time other clown movies were coming out. So it like became really big in culture, again.
Oh wow.
Did you notice that, or did you not know that at all?
No, I didn't know that.
You didn't know there was like this pretty iconic clown in American Horror Story? That TV show.
Well, I didn't watch that season of it.
Yeah, but it was pretty.
I heard that was a pretty insane season. What season is that? 3?
I don't know. It's actually it starts off as it could be an amazing season, but the end is just like it is terrible. The ending sucks. But I don't want to review that right now. I want to say how
probably was good on that. But yeah,
we're gonna review the Stephen King though coming up.
Well, what I want to do is I want to go see it next week, and I want to immediately after the movie, depending on what time we get out of the damn movie. But if it's a Friday, I really don't give a shit. But I want to go into the movie, and I want to do a reaction review right after the movie when it's fresh in our head.
All right.
I want to go right into an action review, and I want to get it posted the next day for everyone to listen to.
Good
So
idea.
that's what I want up next. I don't know. What do we want to go into at this point, really?
Well, I just wanted to say that also one of the actors for one of the kids in the Stephen King in this new movie. You gotta look up the director for this real quick.
All right, I'll pop onto my company phone. But yeah,
but one of the actors for one of the kids is in the Netflix TV show Stranger Things, which is actually like a really popular Netflix horror or thriller. Do you know that?
Which
Ron?
one is it?
Stranger Things.
I've watched that whole thing.
Yeah,
a while back. Though.
The main character in that TV show is also the main character in this movie. Did you know that, Ron?
I'm gonna look it up right now.
You know that?
Really, the main character in that TV show
is also in it. Did you know that?
Wow, dude! There's like another clown walking around or some shit.
Did you know that, Ronnie?
No.
You hear what I said?
Say it one more time. I was looking up something.
The main character in Stranger Things.
Oh, you said
also
I heard you say it. That's interesting. I actually enjoyed that character.
Yeah, I know that TV show. I mean, that TV series is really good. So I want to see what this is.
It scores record 13.5 million on Thursday night.
Wow.
Do you want to watch a trailer right now, live?
No, we can't watch. You really want to? Pull it up.
Because I have one right here. That's why I asked, and it's on company time. So, all right, let's look at this here, dude. Why is it?
Watch this trailer. It's actually pretty cool.
Oh, cast on it. This is what I want to see.
Yeah, that kid.
That dude?
No.
No. It's this dude right here, Jack Dylan Grazer.
Is it? Let me see.
Yep, that's him right there. That's the kid. That's the kid from Stranger Things right there.
No, Finn Wolfhard, I think.
Him and him are both in it.
Are they both on?
Yeah, they're both in it. And then, wow, record at the box office. I want to see this review real quick, or trailer.
Yeah, watch the trailer.
Let's see if I can get it one more time. Shit, there is a bunch of reviews up, but I don't want to see those yet. Trailer, what the hell? It official trailer 1.
This is like bringing back memories for the original one.
You're a kid.
I'll make it full screen. Alright, we're watching a trailer. Turn the volume up.
You'll always be protected and cared for.
So this is the It trailer, everyone.
Then, one day, you realize that's not true.
Wow.
New Line Cinema. They're pretty good, dude.
Because when you're alone as a kid, the monsters see you as weaker.
Wow.
You don't even know they're getting closer.
What was that? That scene looked pretty crazy.
Till it's too late.
Wow.
My grandfather thinks this town is cursed. That all the bad things.
Did King have anything to do with this?
One thing.
The production?
I don't know.
An evil thing.
Here comes a crazy jump scare.
Like how you call that?
If you will come with me, we'll float too.
I saw something.
The clown. Yeah, I saw him too.
Oh, wow.
We'll float too.
What happens when another Georgie goes missing? Or one of us? Are you just gonna pretend it isn't happening like everyone else in this town?
The acting looks like it's going to be incredible in this.
Stick together.
Yeah, I think so.
Wow. Jump scare. Wow. Wow. Dude, that's like a movie you don't bring your girlfriend to because she'll rip your damn arm off before the movie. You run out of there crying, you miss half the movie. But
I think there's actually another trailer that's actually better than that one.
Trailer number 2. Oh, that's
But yeah,
no.
we'll watch it. We'll watch it later on.
We'll watch that one later.
There's another one that's pretty good too.
What I want to do too is at the end of this, I want to just get everyone's reaction to this movie to next week. I definitely want to get more into it because I definitely feel like at the theater, this movie's gonna be a great like atmosphere theater movie.
Oh yeah.
Like, you can just tell by that, like, that trailer looked crazy, dude. Like, the music and sound effects in that trailer, if it's anything like that in the movie, it's going to be insane.
I saw it's New Line Cinema.
Yep.
They did all the Lord of the Rings movies. So
yeah.
They're pretty good.
But, yeah. No, I definitely think it's definitely going to be a good movie. Like, even the Lord of the Rings were good movies. I don't know why, like, Marino's, like, never get into that.
Wow.
Like, it's like, dude, you kidding me? Like, those are good movies, man. Like, The Lord of the Rings were good movies. Return of the King final fight scene was the most epic fight scene I've ever seen in a movie. Like, that scene was insane, dude. But yeah, it's something I definitely want to. We're gonna watch. We're gonna analyze it. We're gonna probably look at other reviews too while we're looking at. I want to look up other people's thoughts. I'm gonna look up a lot of that after I see it as well. I just want to see what the consensus is on this. You know.
Yeah.
That's the word of the fucking podcast, consensus. But yeah, like, do we want to get into anything future? Do we have any future thoughts here?
Alright, so we did the Buffalo Wild Wings. We did that story that you had at the beginning. We did the It movie, and we did Wolf Island Road.
Oh yeah, we got another car pulling up here to our spot. But yeah, like I think we got a lot of stuff in today, dude.
Yeah.
Like, what time did we start this at? 9:15 or something?
Like a little bit, 9:17.
9:17.
So we still have time. What else do we got?
We still got some time tonight to go through some other stuff, maybe that we want to do in future plans, maybe before we get into rant section.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I really have a big rant today.
Do you want to do Rutland? Talk about Rutland.
I want to talk a little bit about Rutland prison camp, and I want to talk a little bit about what was there was an island that we went to when we were in elementary school.
Oh, I remember that.
What's the name of that island? Because
I
apparently
don't think it's really a haunted island.
no, apparently it was though. Like, from what I've been reading
Skull
online.
Island.
I forget the name of it, but it was in Mass. I forget what it was, but if we want, let's talk a little bit about Rutland right now. As we talked about this in previous podcasts, we're gonna try to. I don't really know what I want to promise viewers on videos and trips type of thing that we do. Do we want to say maybe that happens once a month?
Once a year.
Once a year? Well, we already did Dudley. We already
Definitely
broke
not
that.
once a month.
Not once a month. Maybe once every 2 months.
Once
maybe
whenever.
if.
Once whenever.
Yeah, whenever it feels. Whenever it feels. If. Nah, it's really whenever it feels like it's right to make the trip. Like, usually if we're gonna make a trip to Rutland prison camp, isn't that like an hour 30 or something? It's pretty far. But if we're gonna make a trip like that, I want to hit multiple places on a trip like that. Like, maybe get video content where we get more content than we really want for 1 week, and we save a video for another week. We drop it or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where we don't have to just do one a week. Sometimes we go maybe for like a week and we get 2, and we just can bang and put it at a different time. But right now the plan is to just continue the podcast every week. You know, with the way that we're doing it, like have different topics every week. You know, get into other things, and like as we said, like when things pop up, like the It movie coming out, we're gonna go see that, and that's gonna become one of our podcast episodes. So that will be next episode. Do we want to say next episode's going to be an entirely It episode?
I don't know. Maybe. No, because I thought we were going to do a special one where we just do a review of this.
You know?
Right after we see it, Ron. I thought you said we're going to do
Yeah, no, this is going to be I just want to do it. What I want is I want the whole hour. I want the whole hour of this next podcast to be dedicated to everything movie It.
Okay.
Just everything. I want reactions. First, I want to for the opening thought of next episode. I want opening reactions to what we saw, what we witnessed.
Okay.
That's what I want to do. Maybe talk a little bit about our theater experience, which one we went to, bullshit like that. You know, talking about which one we went to. You know, we don't have to say name of the one we went to, but we can talk about the experience of the movie, who was in the theater, really, like how the theater felt, theater audience reaction to it. That's something I want to get into as well. I think it's gonna be mostly it. I'm gonna try to pull up some more reviews, maybe from the movie. Maybe I want to get a little bit of pros and cons. I want to see people that didn't like the movie, and people that did like the movie, and I want to put both those opinions out there for the podcast to hear. So I'm gonna do a little bit of initial research on that stuff beforehand.
Okay.
But there's definitely a lot. I think there's gonna be a lot of things to talk about with that movie. I think it's gonna be a very interesting movie. So that's my thoughts on that.
Okay.
So I don't know what else we really want to get into.
You want to do a rant? You have like 20 minutes.
Really, a 20-minute rant?
Talk
about.
You have to do the rant for 20 minutes. But
I
do the rant and then do something else to end it.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what my rant would be. Maybe it would be like, dang, I don't even know how to really say it. Maybe it's like, maybe.
You don't have to do a rant.
Yeah, I don't really have a rant. Maybe I want to get into something different, you know?
Alright, just say like anything you want.
Alright, I want to talk, actually I do want to rant a little bit. I want to rant about, not a huge rant, but it's more like just talking about like cell phone bills and cell phone prices. Because I know we were talking about that earlier, and I just want to talk about how expensive cell phones are.
How do you break a cell phone?
Well, yeah, I cracked my other cell phone. Thing is, dude, that phone was already dying on me, though.
Okay.
But, I need to get a new phone. So I'm like, we go to the Verizon store, and I'm looking at price and stuff, and like, dude, the freaking iPhone 7 is like $870 over a 24-month plan. How ridiculous is the retail price on that thing? Like, I'm thinking Apple's making over 80% profit.
Oh, yeah.
Like, easy. Easy over 80% profit on that.
That's crazy.
So that's one of the things, like, I'm a little bit ticked about is, like, just how expensive cell phones got. And how, like, ridiculous Verizon is now.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Dude, have you ever noticed, too, like, cell phone salesmen are like car salesmen?
Really?
They act the same. Like, they literally act the same. It's crazy. So, like, that's one thing I have to have an annoyance with this weekend is finding a new cell phone. But there's actually deals out there. Me and Jack did find a few phones. The smaller iPhones are a little bit cheaper per month, you know?
Yeah, they're pretty cool. Like SE, I think. iPhone SE.
Yeah, the iPhone SE, which I'm a fan of just because I sort of like the smaller iPhones. I don't know. I have a large freaking iPhone for work, and I just do not like lugging it around as much as I can deal with having just a regular small, like, iPhone 5. Yeah. So that's more of, like, what I'm into. And, like, even, like, as me and Jack noticed in the store today, like, there's some cell phones that are, like, the size of laptops now. Like, dude, how big are some of those? Like,
ridiculous.
Oh, my God. Like, I don't know which one it was that was huge. What was it, like, the Samsung Galaxy?
I don't know, it was really
S6
tall.
or something?
It was super tall. It's like a skyscraper.
But, yeah. So that's, like, a little bit about, I guess, phones I just wanted to put in there as we just went through that whole ordeal.
What's new about the hip-hop scene? Nothing?
Nothing, man. There's nothing going on with that scene at all. I sort of want to talk about where we are right now, to be honest. This is actually a sick fucking view, dude. That's like a plane up there.
Where?
Right there with the lights, dude, like shining right over us, that plane.
That's not a plane. Oh, yeah, it is.
That's a plane, but it's like flying extremely low. It's either a plane or a helicopter, but we're over basically a skyline of a, what would you say it is? A small
like
city? Small?
I don't know, just like a highway.
An urban area.
Yeah, just a highway.
Developed area. We're basically over the skyline of a developed area where a highway is, and looking over a mall and just all the businesses and shit. And it's sort of like a path here where planes fly through. We've been seeing a lot of planes, helicopters, and whatnot just flying through.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
And it's pretty cool at night just to like see this whole thing. So it's like, I don't know. I feel like a lot of places we do our podcast at are like pretty scenic areas, like cool places to be. Like when we did podcast 3 on top of Legacy Place.
Oh yeah.
That was pretty fucking sick. So it's like, I don't know. I think every week we're gonna keep trying to get out a podcast for everyone.
All right.
And I don't know, Jack, if you have any like closing thoughts. Everything else, you know.
No, I mean, we definitely have now. We have 10 minutes, so it's a 5-minute rant. So man.
So yeah.
You have 2 rants.
I have 2 rants left. Yeah, I don't even think I have to in there
Is it
right
5
now.
minute? Or
Maybe I'll rant a little bit on how the Patriots lost last
Oh
night.
yeah, maybe bring that up. Wait, is it a 10 minute or 5 minute rant?
It's a 5, just real quick.
Okay. But
5 or 10. We can go for a while with the
no,
Patriots,
I mean
but
at the end. I mean at the end.
I think the thing it's
No, at the end. At the end.
at
of
the
all,
end, it's
yeah.
usually a 10. It's
Okay,
10.
10 minute.
And
But
then it's
yeah,
over.
Yeah, yeah. So going to the Patriots now.
But I just want to go a little bit on the Patriots and just how pissed I am about how they lost their game, just because I think the thing with the Patriots that's freaking annoying is that, like, everyone just wanted to stick it to Goodell. They give out the fucking towels with the Goodell, like, clown nose on him, and, like, I don't like Roger Goodell. He's a rich asshole. I really don't give a shit about him anyway, to be honest with you. But I just thought it was, like, embarrassing how the Patriots play that way on a night that they can screw Goodell. It's Goodell's first time back in Foxborough.
Yeah.
And, like, you can't stick it to him. You fucking lose the game. And, like, it wasn't just a loss. That might have been, I was telling my dad afterwards, I think that was the worst Bill Belichick coach game I've ever witnessed.
Really?
The worst one I've ever seen the Patriots play. And that shows how, like, crazy the Patriots have been, like, over the years.
Yeah. How many injuries were there?
I think another defensive player went down for the Patriots, no, Danny Amendola. It was all offense that went down, I believe. Amendola might have a concussion, dude. He got drilled.
Oh yeah.
He got fucking drilled, dude. And it was just embarrassing, man. Like I stopped watching. Like I couldn't take it. It was just too much. Mainly because to do the game time, like, who the fuck wants to watch a game on a work night at 8:30?
Oh yeah, it's pretty late.
Freaking 8:30, and it didn't end till like midnight, dude.
Really?
Yeah, it's like, damn,
Wow.
people have work, dude. Like the next day. Ugh. But yeah, I just want to say I'm pissed the Patriots lost, but I'm pumped the football season's back.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Dude, the one good thing about football season being back too is the bars will be more packed.
Oh yeah.
So that's how you got to look at it. Which means we can finally win some damn pool games for once instead of losing it and blowing a game.
I don't know who will point the finger at for that one, but
Jesus, dude. No, but we definitely had a bad pool game last week in Newport.
nah, it wasn't bad for me.
That wasn't bad. It wasn't that bad.
You
Dude,
just
that bar
missed
is nice. We should do a review of bars too eventually. Like,
bar reviews.
yeah. Well, maybe.
Do a review on it. You got 5 minutes.
Do a quick 5-minute recap of East Pelham and Newport.
Well, just give a review on it. What is it? What is this thing, first of all?
So it has multiple floors.
Well, what is it? It's a bar?
It's a bar. It's like I'd call it like a karaoke bar, sort of.
Really?
Just because of the dance floor and stuff there.
Describe it.
So you have the dance floor on the bottom floor, which has a cool little step area, and then there's like a little bar on the side, which is actually a really cool placement of the bar. I wouldn't expect that.
Yeah.
But I think it would have been cooler if they did the bar all the way around the pillar.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so people could get drinks like on the stage and shit, and you raise the stage up there and have like a little VIP area or some shit. Then they have a ping pong table if you walk up the stairs.
Yeah, but
darts.
But downstairs, what else is there? Yeah, darts is downstairs.
They're dancing, and then there's the...
no, there's darts downstairs.
Yeah, darts.
Yeah, and then upstairs it's...
ping pong, and then you walk up another little flight of stairs, you get to like a pool table. It's actually below regulation size, which is one con, really, of the place. But overall, like, it's like a good ratio bar, I would say. Like, men to females, decent ratio bar, I would say. And it seemed alive, and the live music wasn't that bad, right? If I remember correctly.
Like this.
Way
the
better.
live music was the best one in the whole.
Way
Newport.
better than the other place.
Yeah, let's call them out. There's a place called
Speakeasy.
Speakeasy.
We've gone to.
They just have like, I don't know where they're getting their live music bands from.
Oh, it's awful.
I don't know. I'm a guy that like likes music, and I used to play music, and I'm just saying, like, man, you got to do better if you're gonna play. I just don't want to hear this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was bad though.
There's a time and a place. Yeah, there's a time and a place for this. This is where you play at the talent show.
Yeah, true.
This is not the place for this.
Dude, that other band was nice though at the.
Then we went to this other place, and they were actually like girls were dancing, guys were dancing, like everyone was like really into it, and they were just like they weren't like really they weren't like super talented, but they had the energy and they were just doing the right stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They were playing like the right songs.
It's all about the atmosphere that surrounds your bar that makes it a good bar. And sometimes, like, when there's, like, bad music, your whole bar goes down.
Well, yeah, and I think, you know what this was? They were playing, like, reggae and, like, you know what I mean? Like, kind of like...
Yeah.
I don't know what the word is. I forget what you call it. But, you know, like the new age, like, reggae?
EDM, maybe?
No, not
EDM.
No, they were just playing, like, reggae and, like, with that band, like, Sublime. You know what that band is?
Oh, yeah, I've heard of them. I've heard. I don't listen to that stuff too much.
Yeah,
but I would know if I listened to it at a bar.
But you know, like, what Sublime, like, that type of music.
Yeah.
Like, you know, they were playing, like, music like that. And, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So then just like then they were bringing like tons of energy to it too. So they were playing like kind of kick it back, like take it easy, like just like classic songs and stuff.
Yeah.
And they were just like bringing tons of energy into it, and everyone was loving it. And that's that's the time and the place at a bar. You know what I mean? Like the other artist or whatever. They were playing like modern pop songs or whatever,
and they were like
40s.
Sort of classic 2000s like pop a little bit too.
Yeah, a little
right?
bit. I don't remember exactly, but I know they were definitely playing like the modern like radio hits.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like,
they were actually producing them well too. Like it was actually like a good little.
No, I'm saying the one at Fastnets.
Oh, you're
no, not
Fastnet didn't have music.
No, what's that stupid one? Speakeasy.
Speakeasy. Okay.
Yeah, no,
I thought you were talking about the other place.
Yeah, no, I'm saying no. Okay. I'm saying if Speakeasy.
No, I'm not happy about Speakeasy.
Yeah, no, I'm saying that they were like trying to play like modern like pop, like Selena Gomez or something, like that type of stuff.
Yeah.
But, like I don't want to hear someone like botch that. Okay.
Yeah, you're right.
Like if I'm going out, like if I have to hear that song, like I want to hear the actual song.
Dude, the funny thing is, all the girls love Speakeasy for some reason. There's always more girls at Speakeasy than guys.
I don't know why, but
which is why I don't like being in there, because I'm just like, what? And there's like not a lot of hot chicks in there usually. It's more like.
But I'm saying, what was I saying? Yeah, I was saying the other place were just playing. You know what I mean? They just had the live music down better than.
Yeah, they did.
East Pelham did, and the one downside though is or at least I don't know, maybe Ronnie has more experience, but I thought the drinks weren't that good.
At Speakeasy?
At East Pelham.
Oh, I thought they weren't that great either.
Yeah,
they weren't really strong at all.
Cheap college drinks or whatever.
Yeah, they were giving like those. I hate when bars do this. Personally, I know why they do it though, so I can't really bitch too much about it. But when they give very small plastic cups, like I go to one bar in Matunic, Rhode Island, Ocean Mist. If you haven't been to that bar, you should definitely go to it. It's a fucking really good bar. And basically every Tuesday night they have a promotion where it's called Ticket Tuesday. You go, you give $5. They give you 2 tickets. If you put $1 on top of those tickets, they give you a tall drink, which is like a larger, I don't know what the ounces is on it, but it's a larger plastic cup. It's like a solo cup instead of a small plastic cup. Yeah. Like, because the cups they give you, dude, I can gulp that shit down at East Pelham, dude. I don't drink like that anymore, but like, to be honest, I don't like buying drinks at a place that doesn't give me a strong-ass drink. I will say Fastnet, strong drinks.
Oh, yeah?
Fastnet makes good drinks. The guys fucking chill there. Probably because it's an Irish pub and they just love giving away, like, strong-ass alcohol, but...
So if we had to do 1, 2, 3, I'd do... No, if I had to do a 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5, I'd do number 1, so far...
Yeah.
East Pelham.
Yeah.
All good nights. Number 2, Fastnets.
Yeah.
Number
darts. We didn't talk about darts at Fastnets. Is really good.
Yeah,
that's probably why.
Yeah, it's amazing. That's the best part of it. And there's also ping pong in the back.
Yeah.
And
outside ping pong, which is sick for summertime.
When it's summer, Fastnets is easily number 2.
Yeah.
Maybe even competing for number 1.
Yeah.
Then 3, I don't know. I think I'd say 3 Boom Boom.
Yeah.
And then 4, I'd say is Speak. And then 5, I'd say would be...
What about that other Irish pub that's near...
Yeah, I was about to say.
That one's pretty good.
And then what was the one at Senior Week?
Deck? Or not the Deck. It's not the Deck. What the fuck? Deck's another one, but...
The Dockside.
Dockside.
I don't know. Does that place ever get big or no?
Dockside, that
Yeah.
place gets fucking packed, dude. It's one in, one out some nights.
Yeah.
Like,
So I'd pick.
I never liked it, but it was always fucking lit. The
So
service sucks there.
I'd put Dockside. Yeah.
Dockside's lit though. When it has promotional nights, it's
So
lit.
so I'll put Dockside.
It's also the biggest bar out of all those.
Oh,
Too.
yeah. I'll put Dockside in there.
Yeah.
Way before I'd put Speakeasies.
The outdoor dance club next to Dockside's pretty good. I forget the name of it, but there's an outdoor one there.
Anyways,
It's very good.
I give Newport a decent rating.
No, Newport has a really good nightlife, dude. If I ever lived near there, I'd be chilling there a lot. Would you say it's a little pricey. It's pricey. And the fucking mixed drinks at Pelham were like, what, $7? No, it was $8.50, dude.
Yeah.
For a small ass fucking drink.
And I was pretty much just...
Sort of pissed
It was just a Pepsi.
Yeah. Like, I ended up spending $40 that night, and I bought 2 drinks.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Plus the $10 to get in or whatever.
Yeah, plus the $10 to get in. So I basically spent $30 on drinks.
Yeah.
How the fuck did I do that? Maybe I got 3 drinks. I don't remember. I got 3 drinks, I think. Because I got 2 at the first place and then 1 at the Pelham. But yeah, so I guess it wasn't that bad price-wise. But still, like, the drinks weren't strong enough at Pelham. That was my one complaint.
Yeah.
You couldn't taste the liquor. But I think we're getting near the end here, right?
So I'll wrap it up.
So I want to thank everyone for listening and watching on YouTube. This is, I think, this is episode 6 now?
Yeah.
We're on 100 subscribers and counting now, and this was our 100 subscriber episode. I want to thank everyone that subscribed and has watched our videos. Check out the Wolf Island video. Check out all of our past content. We're actually building a fucking library of past content now.
Yeah.
Like, we're getting a shitload now. Like, we're building up. Like, I feel like there's a lot of content on our site now. Compared to when we first started, what now, a month ago?
Yeah.
Like, damn, it's only been a month, and we've sort of grown pretty decently. Like, not awful, but like we said earlier, too, like, we don't really care how much we grow. We just like having documentation of all, like, what we go through, and, like, it's cool to have that, and we have a decent documentation now. So I want to thank everyone once again. Please like, subscribe, and continue listening next week for that It review. Peace, guys.